Greetings, everyone. It's your favorite DM Fishsuit here with the very first episode of the Save or Suck, the SOS podcast. We are about to sit down and play some Storm King's Thunder. And we'll introduce all of our players here in a second. But first things first, my name is Fishsuit, and we stream these games live on my Twitch channel. It's spelled FSHSUIT, so it's twitch.tv/fishsuit. We're going to stream this Storm King's Thunder every other Tuesday. We're going to start at about 7 p.m. Depending on when Mini Bulba finishes dinner. We're going to start at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and play this game. I've been a Twitch streamer for, as of this very day, 4 years. But I've only DM'd in RPG, tabletop RPGs, for about the last year. I've really got the most experience in the last year or so, where the same group that we're about to introduce you to, we also played Lost Mine of Phandelver, and currently with another group we're playing right here on my stream as well, Rime of the Frost Maiden. We've been excited to start Storm King's Thunder for quite a long time. We've talked about this months and months before we even finished Lost Mine, so I think everybody's looking forward to getting started. We'll meet everybody and we'll get right into the show here. So you guys can talk now. I've threatened the players with certain death if they spoke during the intro, and nobody's dead. So congratulations for making it through. How's everybody doing tonight? Great. Good to hear.
Fantastic. Is that what you want?
We have not sat down, this group, and played D&D for like almost 2 full months, right? How long has it been? Vlor, how long has it been? Do you know the exact time? When did we finish Lost Mine?
What do you think? I get the statistics and stuff?
Vlor, when you were pulling,
you're supposed to do the analysis.
When you were pulling stats for the show and doing all of your research, can you tell us when we ended Lost Mine? I guess we'll start with you, Vlor, since I already introduced you, kind of.
No.
Can you introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about yourself, and tell us your experience with tabletop games, TTRPGs?
So I'm Vlor the Spark. Everybody calls me Vlor. I have played quite a few campaigns. This will be my 4th campaign of D&D 5e. I played 2 or 3 campaigns of Pathfinder. I listened to a lot of podcasts about D&D. I'm one of those jack of all trades kind of guys, though, so I like to make things, and I can do just about anything pretty well. Master of none, I guess.
Well, and Vlor and I also, we collaborate on another podcast, which is not actually released in podcast form. It's only available on YouTube and Twitch. It's called Unconscious and Dying. We still call it a podcast. That might be
for
flawed.
Now.
That might be flawed. That's true. But on Unconscious and Dying, Vlor and I break down what's going to be this campaign and also our other campaign, Rime of the Frost Maiden, that I just mentioned. And you can find those episodes of Unconscious and Dying up on my YouTube. It's youtube.com/fishsuit on Twitch. Is that confusing enough?
No. So it basically a recap podcast with a little bit of highlights of the good moments and a little bit of insight into some of what the characters are thinking at the time. We'd like to probably get some insight on the other characters as well.
And we take little peeks behind the curtain. Speaking of peeks behind the curtain, let's go to Gamer Heroine next. GH. GH is a trooper. I know you're dealing with a migraine right now, GH. So if you could just quietly tell us a little something about yourself and tell us about your experience playing RPGs.
You nailed it on the head. I'm not feeling great, but I'm here because I love D&D, and I love playing with friends and just the feeling of not knowing what's about to happen and trying to convince Fishshoot not to kill my character, even if it gets to the point of bullying.
And GH, you used to play in a live campaign where you were Jedis?
Oh yeah. That one got paused from COVID.
I'm sorry, what? What now?
COVID.
Never heard of it.
19.
Who win?
But hopefully that can pick up again eventually. That one takes long pauses. And then I played some one-shots in person, and then our very own Mini Bulba here led a pretty good long campaign with some of us. So yeah, been playing D&D longer than I can probably reasonably recall when I started.
Well, what a great segue into your friend and mine, Mini Bulba. The only other person on this panel besides Vlor that I've met in real life. Minnie, tell us a little something about yourself and tell us about your experience. I know you've been a DM. Tell us about your experience with RPGs.
Yeah, so I started off as a moon gnome on the very, very first D&D campaign. What the fuck that is, don't ask me. I don't... but I don't know, got kind of hooked because it was like, I don't know, a character died in a cave, got stabbed to death accidentally by a fellow party member, so... like, I don't know, just like that, the whole imagination or like aspect of it was really great, and the I don't know, it was really great being a DM, being able to craft a story and see how people react, because they never react how you think they will. You'll give them an obvious hint and then they'll like throw that in the garbage and then go running around an entire city and knock down every door and trigger every monster. So,
well, not to call you out here on episode 1 of the podcast, Mini Bulba, but I recall about a year ago, I would say, if I'm thinking about it, it was exactly a year ago when I gave you as a player and some of our other players a riddle that I can only describe as something that a kindergarten class might receive as an assignment. And I think that it almost killed the entire party. I think it was as close to a TPK as I got in that entire thing. So, Minnie...
I'm only in preschool. You can't expect me to be at kindergarten level, okay?
Minnie, do you prefer playing or DMing? Or does it some sort of a... Depends on the day?
Depends on the day. Depends on how much time I have.
Yeah.
DMing takes a lot of time, but it's really fulfilling.
Yes.
But playing as a player is also really fun to see what's thrown at you.
It's kind of like GH said, I think, which is that it's... Like, as a player, you can just be like, oh, what's next? And how am I going to react? But you don't necessarily have to do, like, any, like... I mean, what did you guys do to prep for this? You're like, I got some crackers. You know, what did a fish suit's like, what did you do to prep for this fish suit? I was like, I'm like 6 hours of reading and, like, planning and finding the maps and doing the scene. And so, yeah.
The table.
I feel you, you know. I feel it. And last, you know, as we're introducing... I'm sorry, Mini Ball, but I don't really want to introduce Cunning Fox any more than you do, so if you had more to say, you could just go on.
That's fair.
I was going to say, but I'm not the best player here. So that you could segue into Cunning Fox.
Oh, you were opening up the door and I just slammed it right in your face.
Oh.
Fucking.
Last and least, Cunning Fox, tell us a little something about yourself and... Tell it you've never played a RPG before, so don't lie to
never.
everybody.
Yeah, sorry. It was first time. Definitely haven't been playing since I was 8. That's. But yeah, I mean, I literally started playing when I was 8 in the Living Greyhawk, like the official, basically the back in the day Adventurers League, but way better, with my parents. And
well, that's cool. I didn't know you played with your parents.
Sure. Yeah. Imagine though carting around an 8-year-old to play D&D with you.
I mean, it's it seems like more attention than my father paid to me for the 18 years that we lived in the same house. So
that might be fair.
I'm just saying. That is cool though. Very cool.
But since then, I've DM'd and played constantly.
And your main game, I think it's fair to say, is what, Pathfinder First Edition, right?
Yes, absolutely. I'm not stubborn enough to stick to 3.5, but I am stubborn enough to stick to Pathfinder.
I have said before, and I'll say it again, that I would be interested in being a player because I'd love to learn the Pathfinder system. But finding a DM and then also the time to play D&D is something that everybody everybody finds painful as an adult. Which is why I'm extra grateful that you guys are taking the time to play another campaign with me. I think we had a lot of fun playing Phandelver, and I think that the parts of Phandelver that came up short for everybody involved, I think some of those things will be filled in by this. So, where Phandelver came up short, in my opinion, is just the narrative aspect of it. It's really just a campaign that's meant to teach you how to play D&D. I think from a DM perspective and from a player perspective. And I think that this campaign is one where now everybody knows what they're doing, so it's time to get down to business and play some D&D and build a story. Speaking of story, well, we're ready to get started. I'm ready to play D&D. You guys ready to play D&D? It's been months and months of waiting. I think we're finally ready to start.
Who are you people?
As I talked to you guys about last time, we're gonna go take a look at this beautiful map of the Sword Coast. And I could have Shadow of War out a lot of this to where you couldn't see it, but I don't know. If you're near Waterdeep or you're in a city, I think you could just find a map like this. I don't see where this is a big secret where you're like, well, I don't know where Neverwinter is. So we're gonna take a look at this map. We're gonna go all the way down to the very, very bottom, near the ocean. Near the Sea of Swords, and you'll see a little town down there called Daggerford. That's where our story is going to begin. All the way down at the bottom, right on the trade way. And actually, if we just take a peek up the road a little ways, we pass through Waterdeep, pass by Thornhold, and Leyland, near the Mere of Dead Men. If we just took a little western turn down the Tribord Trail, from there, you guys might find yourself in a very familiar little town called Phandalin. But no, this time you guys were going to be heading down the road a little ways to the town of Daggerford. You all individually have responded to a Craigslist ad posted on the Daggerford BBS that there was a noble woman there, and she was looking for a little bit of... she was looking for some help. And that noble woman's name is probably written in this thing that I have on my computer somewhere.
Lady...
Yes, Lady Velrosa Nandar. And so you guys are all making your way. You were to meet... She was looking for adventurers to deal with what the note on the board said was an infestation. So you make your way to Lady Velrosa Nandar's manor. And she lives in, as I said, in the town of Daggerford, and she lives in the real swanky section of town. So as you're making your way through the city of Daggerford, the houses just get progressively nicer and nicer as you're making your way there. And you guys don't know each other, so you're all sort of making your way there individually. The first to arrive, as you pull up to the manor, is a flying, tiny little fairy. Mini Bulba, what can you tell us about Rose? Talk about her appearance, and you can discuss as little or as much or as little as you'd like.
Hello, my name is Rose. I am floating from my head to my toes. I do like to speak in rhymes, but not all the times. I'm a very aggressive fairy fighter. And I used to be a gladiator back home.
So we got this little fairy gladiator. And if you're watching this live, you can actually see Rose's artwork on the stream now, maybe? No, something's just broken there.
Top 10 rappers Eminem is afraid of. That's beautiful.
I wonder, is it just that one that's broken, Boom, or is it like every one of them that's broken? It's just Rose's. That's weird. And so you make your way in there, Rose. You make her up to the door, and I'm assuming you grab the giant, knocker. Probably takes all of your body weight just to.
Excuse me?
You grab your knockers, and we're like, "Hey, big boy, come out of your mansion."
Excuse me?
What?
Said you grab the knocker, but it's so big that you have to lift it and fly it back. Never mind, it's already off the rails. Everybody.
I have 13 strength. This is fine.
Oh, okay, so it's not even hard. Yeah,
No,
solid start to the campaign,
not.
everybody.
Very stronger than I am.
Yeah, you hear the knocker echo. You hear your knockers echo, and a very squat, thick. You would guess half orc. You had to guess. It's really hard to tell. Man in a butler's uniform answers the door, and he just waves you in.
Thanks.
The next person we see approach the front door of this manor looks like dwarven, and she looks a little dingy or kind of dirty. I don't know. GH, what does granite look like?
Well, you see, it's a type of rock fish suit.
Is it hard?
It's a very hard rock.
Oh, okay. I guessed right.
Very hard to describe. No, Granite is a female dwarf who has a pretty rocky past.
Hey, almost. You almost got yourself the first inspiration.
I have a
of
whole
the game.
mountain of jokes.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It'll be a long campaign.
Oh,
There's going to be a lot of
the jokes, Cunning.
There's going to be a range of reactions from these.
I think she's digging herself a deep hole here.
Not you two.
I'd like to tell you that I had planned those. Anyways, she is really, really good at mining. Hates small spaces, and has a very interesting family history. If you were to ask, I'm sure it will come up at some point.
No, I can't imagine it coming up.
Not.
I don't think so at all. No, probably not.
What?
No, I
Really?
just don't think so. Yeah, it's.
Oh.
Why would
It was
anybody
really hard to
care
work
about?
it in.
Yeah, why would anybody care about a character's backstory? That's silly.
Oh.
That was on me, GH. That's my mistake.
Oh.
Yeah, I know I suggested it, but
I guess no one.
just no.
I guess no one gets.
No, we're just gonna fight. It's just gonna be fights.
Yeah.
It's only fighting.
War. We're finally gonna run my fights campaign like I've always wanted.
Nice.
Yes, fight club with a fighter fairy.
All right,
Let's do
everybody.
this.
Congratulations, everybody. Roll for initiative.
Let's get ready to rubble.
Oh god. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take my long rest. Oh, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to roll for initiative. Just as before, we see Granite. Thank you, GH. We see Granite walk up to the front of the manor, knock on the door, and this half-orc but short, weird butler lets you inside. The next person we see walk up is kind of a beastly-looking guy. Laura, tell us about Midnight and what he looks like, and tell us about him.
So Midnight's a bit unusual. Not many beast people in the area from a mercenary guild. Kind of grayish in color, kind of wolfy looking. Rather large. He's got a bow strapped to his back. Walks upright. Kind of a military type. He's not very high up in rank in the mercenary group, but he's wanting to do his job and get his comeuppance. He wants to raise his rank, and best way to do it's to get started with the low level quests.
Cool. And same. Midnight walks up. The tallest of our characters, I might add, who's like normal height, as GH pointed out, but everybody else is so short that it's hard to know. It's hard to know that. And the butler lets you in as well. And finally, we see Maxie walk up, this little gnomish guy, and tell us a little bit about him. Cunning.
The first thing that probably stands out is the unnaturally bright purple hair, which is very clearly dyed, that he will probably lie about at some point. But other than that, he's a bit foppish, for lack of a better word, for lack of a less fancy word. His clothes are extremely well kept, and he tries to do his best to keep them that way even when traveling in unfortunate circumstances. And besides that, the only obvious tell that he's an adventurer at all is the book he keeps strapped to him.
And so you walk up, a little gnome guy walks up and knocks on the door, and you're let in by this butler. And you guys all find yourself now in the dining room of this, like, very... How should I put this? It's, like, very, very fancy, right? But it's the sort of fancy that it's, like, everything's real old. The manor looks like it's still being kept. Like, there's not like thick layers of dust everywhere, but you can tell that like this place has not seen its finest days, or its finest days. I'm sorry, I should say its finest days have passed. I think I got the artwork for Rose working. I did. Look at that. While we were doing that, I was fixing it. Let's go for soup. And so you're sitting in this dining room, like the banisters are ornately carved. You're at this giant dining table, and you're basically left there. You know, you're sitting amongst now yourselves, but you guys don't know each other. And it's just the butler kind of like standing over the table, but he hasn't said anything. He has not uttered a single word since you guys sat down. So, Rose, you've been there the longest. You know, there's some like appetizer kind of stuff on the table and a few bottles of wine. And you finally see Maxie, this gnome, walk in and take a seat. And I'm just gonna give it away to you guys. Does anybody pipe up, introduce themselves?
If there's...
Where's the lady? Lady of the house. Where's the lady?
I eat.
I literally don't work here. So how would I know?
I continue
Anyway.
eating.
It starts.
Roll to eat.
It starts sniffing around, sniffing each other people.
My name is Rose, and keep hold of your own nose.
Yeah, please don't do that. It's weird.
I continue eating. I start putting rolls in my pockets.
Oh, that's amazing. Alright, Grant's already stealing food.
Fantastic.
Alright, cool. Well, good episode 1, everybody. Let's
Rose is gonna start fiddling with like the nearest wine bottle.
You just open it up.
I say fiddling because I'm kind of contemplating whether or not I should open it.
You're just like, oh, what if I accidentally open this?
Oh. I look
I'll
over
let wine go to waste.
and I just assume she's too small to open the wine bottle, so I help and then continue eating.
Do not need your help.
Fantastic. You said your name was Rose?
Yeah, who are you?
Oh dear. Well, I expect you can keep up. I don't know so much about the others. My name is Maxitavian Minimus, de Romani Bollas, Rode von Ludenberg, of course, Esquire.
He just,
What can I do for you?
he just like, oh, what if I accidentally open this?
Fantastic. Well, I expect you can keep up. I don't know so much about the others. My name is Maxitavian Minimus de Romani Bollas, Rode von Ludenberg, of course, Esquire.
I'm just calling you Max.
A lot of people do. People with no patience.
Wow.
Wow.
You don't need... Patience has no use in a battle.
I can find that factually untrue. What are the other two called?
I started growling
know.
a little bit under my breath.
Dog, got it. Next. Fantastic. I can tell this is going to be a wonderful working environment.
Just as you say that, Maxine, a figure appears suddenly from behind a thick velvet curtain. Before you stands an impossibly tall and impossibly old woman.
Lady Demetrescu?
Made taller still by her teased and styled hair, made to look like a peacock in full strut. So imagine she comes out and her hair is like Hunger Games styled to look like a peacock's tail feathers behind her head.
Midnight will stand up as soon as she walks in.
And you go, oh, and like thump your foot against the floor.
Eyes pop out. Boing. No.
She humming. Oh, Jackson and I got there at the exact same time. She wears an elaborate teal gown that flows like water all the way to the floor. Greetings, adventurers, she croaks, in the familiar accent of Daggerfordian nobility. Welcome to my manor. I trust that Archibald didn't give you too much trouble. Not at all, Mum, comes the booming voice of the half-orc who heretofore has been a silent watcher of the dinner party. I do hope you've enjoyed your snacks. She looks to you, granted you have like crumbs all over your shirt. The woman says as she seats herself in a plush chair near the room's edge. But please, let's discuss the reason for your being here. My name is Lady Velrosa Nandar. I believe you answered my ad on Craigslist, on the Daggerfoot Craigslist.
Yeah.
Archibald, moving more deftly than you thought possible, prepares and pours her a steaming cup of tea. I am a very rich woman.
Really?
She glances around, raises her arms to the opulence of this room. I am in a position to make you all. And then she starts this wet, disgusting old person cough. I can't describe it as anything other than an old wet hacking cough of an old person.
Do you
The
want me
cough
to
of
take
someone
it
who
up?
death is a constant looming specter.
Yeah. Yes. Excuse me. I have coin, you have swords. What say you wet the ground with a little goblin blood? Everybody interested so far?
I'm following.
Good. There's 200 gold on the table for whomever should make it back. 50 apiece? That's fine. If one returns, then all 200 to you, and more congratulations. There is a small settlement not far from here called Nightstone. Perhaps you've heard of it? Everybody, do a history roll. First roll of the campaign.
Wow.
Ooh.
I fixed all my shot.
That's right, that's how we roll in the fish tank. We would start our campaign with a fucking history check.
That's a bad sign.
Ominous.
Thanks, Wookie. I mean...
Oh.
Alright, Midnight.
That is a 2 because I have a -1 in for that.
My
Midnight.
cheats.
You've never
decided
heard
to
of
not.
Nightstone. You're not even sure what the individual components of Nightstone, either night or stone, are.
I haven't really left the mercenary compound very much. Not even traveling this far.
Granite. What's
I got a
your
15.
15? Okay, all right. Rose. Rose?
Oh, 12.
Did you forget that
Sorry.
your character's name was Rose? Maxie.
gonna
14.
14. Maxie and Granite. You guys know a little something about Nightstone. So Nightstone is like a village that exists as kind of like the only thing I can think of that's like analogous to it is like sort of like Aspen. Like it exists around this one thing. Like people go to Aspen to ski. In my mind, that might not actually be true, but in my mind, like rich
That's
people
true.
go to Aspen to ski. And so what Nightstone is rich people go there to hunt or to go on lead hunts through the Ardeep forest. So Nightstone is like this small settlement that rich people from all over the Sword Coast and all over Faerun pay money to go out and stay at Nightstone and then go on these like guided hunts through the forest. So that's what you guys know about it with your history check. Well, Nightstone appears to have been captured by goblins. My husband, Lord Dreslin Nandar, he was overseeing the operations at Nightstone, and I believe it's going to fall on you to rescue him and the other inhabitants. Goblins. Foul creature. She goes into another like long wet cough. This one is like this might be the last one. A cough where you might feel like she maybe doesn't come back from this. She probably catches her breath. Pardon me. The ether is thick tonight. She takes a sip of her tea. Sorry, who farted?
No, it's Dander.
Yeah, she's allergic to dogs. Our latest caravan of paying customers approached Nightstone 3 days ago to find goblins sneering at them from the walls and the bridges. They tucked tail and nobody has hence returned. It's hunting season, and Nightstone simply cannot be unavailable to the sporting nobility of Faerun. Go to Nightstone, root out the goblin infestation, earn your bounty, and rescue my husband. If there's nothing else, she stands up, rather abruptly from the table. See them out, Archibald. She disappears behind the curtain.
Well, it seems simple enough.
What if her husband's dead?
Yeah, I have
Well,
questions.
What if she dies? Do we get paid still?
You can hear her coughing.
Archibald, are you gonna pay us still if she dies for some reason while we're out?
Archibald just like basically motions to the door and is like, "You're leaving now."
Archibald, are you gonna be around if she dies?
Well,
What
there's
if
plenty of things for
Archibald
him to steal
dies
here.
while we're gone?
Archibald won't die. Shut up, rock creature.
I stand up and make my way over to the door.
Way out.
and wait
I scoop
outside.
An entire thing of food into my mouth.
Yeah, take it. Yeah, so you get like 3 loaves of bread, like a couple, like one full wheel of cheese, and then like whatever cheese you didn't eat, and then some like dried meats.
Mm-hmm.
Did not realize
Oh,
I was
my God.
adventuring with the homeless recently.
Hey, you know what? A muscular, healthy gal like me kind of builds up an appetite, okay?
Quite. Actually, we'll start to leave.
right, so Maxie, you get up and walk out. Are you still trying to engage with Archibald, Rose?
Yeah, I want a question answered.
Sure, give me a perception check.
Okay. Option. That's a 14.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's sort of hard to tell what exactly Archibald is. He looks a bit like a half orc, but he's also like really short and stocky. And with a 14, you can you get the idea that he is a construct of some kind. Like he is not a like a magical being. Almost as if he's sort of pieced together. So that's all you get.
Weird.
Gosh, constructs. Okay, well, I'm gonna follow Max out.
All right. So you guys are here in Daggerford. This is a city, a medium-sized city in Faerun. If you guys would like to do anything before you go out on your first quest that I'm putting you on. You're in a
Forrest,
city.
we're doing this for money.
Oh, right. Of course.
We answered the
Right.
please.
Right.
Yeah. Everyone know that's where all level 1 adventurers go. Craigslist.
Hop on Craigslist, find some place to stay for the night.
Yeah.
All right, so off to Nightstone is what I'm hearing.
I don't have anything to do.
200 gold, not too bad of a start. I think we've had worse starting quests than 200 gold. This might be a good time to mention some of our fun special rules that we are adding. So we are playing, of course, Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, but we're playing with some home rules. One of the home rules is that on a critical, instead it's going to be a critical threat. So you will confirm, we're going to confirm all critical rolls during this, and with a confirmed crit, we're going to draw a fun card from my critical cards that will deal out some extra. Usually it's like a little bit of extra damage, or like double damage, or there's some status effect, fun status effect that will happen. We'll also do the same thing for fumbles, critical fumbles, and I always forget what you call it, Cunning Fox. What do you call it when the three
bloody mess.
We play with bloody mess rules, so 3 natural 20s in a row kills whatever you're fighting. And then we're adding, I should say, we're going to play with some concealment rules based on a % chance to miss, like in fog or smoke. That might come into play. And then added to this campaign is going to be a flanking rules, which is some special rules during combat based on your positioning. So that'll be fun. But some stuff that isn't really in 5e that we're adding to 5e. Right, Maxie has a familiar.
I totally forgot.
Do you see is your familiar like always out and chilling, or?
Maxie probably usually keeps his out.
Okay.
He usually has an owl sitting on his shoulder or flying over them.
Is it like a little owl, or is it just a full-sized owl on a?
It just says owl.
Owls are big.
Yeah.
Owls are big. Owls are very big.
As a fairy, I very much do not like that.
Yeah, the owl is like as big as Rose.
Yeah, probably, actually.
Okay, so you guys make your way up the high road. It takes about a half of a day. I would say you probably start the next morning. Everybody gets together. There's probably a little bit of awkwardness as you guys fall in. Maxie has already established himself as sort of an a-hole. Midnight has already established himself as sort of the, like, okay, I'll do whatever you want, boss. Granite's already established herself as the... Is there going to be free food there?
As I hope.
Give me some marching order as you march up the high road and take the north hand turn towards Nightstone.
Be up front.
Flying up front.
I think I would be close to the front as well. I can actually track goblins fairly well.
Okay. Would you be doing anything special to track Midnight?
Just mainly sniffing in the air, checking for tracks. I've got advantage on tracking for goblins.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool.
Does me smelling like brownies cause any problems for you?
No,
Okay.
but it is kind of nice.
It's gotta be nice.
Okay, cool.
Maxi will probably be towards the like third, if not fourth, if
Okay.
we're marching in a straight line.
Same.
Put you a little bit behind. I'm gonna put granite here. Okay. So you follow the trail, guys, for about 10 miles. When finally you hear a sound in the distance, it becomes louder and louder as you approach the town of Nightstone. The sound is the ringing of a bell. It grows louder as Nightstone comes into view. When you get close to the settlement, you, Maxie, you, and Granite as well, see what the big whoop was about for this town. You might have heard about it before, but it's actually like quite a sight to behold. What you see is a village that is itself contained in a wooden palisade. But around the settlement is a natural moat as part of a river. So the river flows here, and so the settlement's like on an island in this river, creating its own moat. It's actually broken up into 2 islands. You see a windmill over the top of the palisade. You see a windmill, a tall steeple. You see the high-pitched rooftops of several other buildings. Bong, bong, just constant bell ringing. Now that you're close to the village, it's really loud. Apart from the ringing of the bell, you detect no other activity in the village. The trail ends before a lowered drawbridge. You can see it off in the distance now. And actually, let's just go ahead and take you over to the old map. Huh? The old map. This is a massively huge map. Might take you some time to find yourselves. You are right there. I'm pinging it, but it's the same color as the grass. So. Yes, there you go. So you got the drawbridge. From midnight from you, it's about 80 feet or so. You can see the drawbridge. 2 stone watchtowers flank an open gap in the palisade. Here-ish. Am I not? Here-ish. On the south of the village, which you've already passed and walked by, and actually it's at the very bottom of this map, if you guys haven't seen it yet, there's the kind of the side view. This is almost exactly what you would be seeing as you're walking by. So south of the village and surrounded by the river moat is a cone-shaped flat top hill on which stands a stone keep enclosed by a wooden wall. The keep overlooks the village, and it has partially collapsed. A wooden bridge that once connected the keep to the village is also partially collapsed. So you can see this keep has part of the walls are down. So that's what you see as you walk in, and I will leave it to you.
Does that drawbridge look like it's functional still?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. That's 14.
14. From here, it looks like it's intact. In order to really inspect to see if somebody could walk across it, you'd have to get closer.
I'm concerned they're going to pull that drawbridge up on us. Or at least attempts to. If they are overrunning the town.
Can I check for goblin tracks?
Yes. Where you are?
Yep. Anywhere in the area.
Sure.
Looking for tracks, smelling to see if there's any in the area.
And do you have any special, like what is within the area for midnight? Is there anything special that you get?
Yes. So they're one of my favorite enemies. Let's see. I mean, I guess the area really is up to you. It doesn't say a set amount. But I do have advantage on tracking them and recalling information about them.
Okay, yeah, you can give me a survival check.
Highest is a 14.
14. You do not sense any goblins in the nearby area.
Okay.
Regardless, if they pull up the bridge, it's not much of a problem for you, now is it?
Yeah. You fly. You float.
Yeah. So I can only get to 10 feet off the ground. You'd have to toss me.
Not really
I
my
think we can
forte.
manage. I think I can manage that.
Well, at least you're good for something.
Pretty
Say,
nice.
would you say you weigh less than 5 pounds?
Yeah,
I could mage hand you across.
maybe. I don't know. That's up to the DM.
Yeah. I mean,
God, can I do that?
God.
so
are you there?
with Rose being a fairy, Minibulb and I were talking about it a little earlier, and fairies normally have the ability to squeeze within any space that's 1 inch or smaller, and the ability to fly, which can be very, very powerful for a DM to deal with. So we've taken away Rose's ability to squeeze in small spaces and just had her ability to fly intact, more so than some other DMs playing with fairy PCs have. But as Minnie said, she can't like fly hundreds of feet into the air. She's kind of stuck near-ish the ground. And we'll go as we go forward. We may nerf Rose a little bit depending on how things are going.
I'm a hovercraft, not a rocket.
Well, actually, if you're concerned that they are manning the guard towers, I can have, Shit, hold on, I didn't name my owl. Hold on, I can have my friend scout it for us.
Owl, my friend Owly.
Yeah, Owly was what popped in my head.
Owl
Smart
McOwley
ass
face.
over here. Smart ass over here without a named owl.
You feel like somebody should have done this before now. Regardless, I can have him search for us.
So what can your owl do?
As a familiar, let me double check to make sure I'm not full of crap. As long as it's within 100 feet of me, I can communicate with it telepathically. I can also see through its eyes by spinning your eye using an action.
Gotcha. Okay. And when your familiar is killed, what happens? Oh, say that out loud.
It dies, and I can resummon it for 10 gold worth of nonsense in an hour.
Okay.
And then it pops back into existence.
So what you're saying is don't bother doing that, Fish Suit?
Well, I mean, it's worth doing if, like, it's in the way. Because it does take an hour, and sometimes you don't have an hour.
Gotcha. Okay.
But in general, it's usually also the same spirit pops back, and is probably annoyed with me for having it die. If there's
and send your owl. Sounds like it's the best bet.
Yeah, Max will telepathically say, "Hey, go look for goblins over there by the drawbridge."
So it's within 100 feet of you?
Yeah.
Let's see here, Maxie. Okay, so he can get up. Yeah, he can get right up there then, right over the drawbridge, and I can reveal a little bit more of this area to you.
Maxie will walk up to the review within casual talking distance of the rest of the party.
All right. So what is your? Did you name your owl yet?
I'm still scrambling for names.
Owly?
I think. What about Jackson?
You know what? That's hilarious. We're naming it Jackson. You're right. Right, I'm writing that down.
I have this urge to call your owl a little slugger.
Well, slug.
Jackson the owl.
You see two watchtowers flanking the entrance to the village, forming a sort of a gatehouse. You see that both of the mechanisms, the owl sees that you know just from looking that both of the mechanisms are down that allow the drawbridge to be down. And you see how that works in the guard towers.
Right.
But you don't see any goblins or any other creatures.
Well, it seems that if there's a welcome party, it's further in.
Let's go
Okay.
on.
Maxie will also like scratch the owl's head as they walk.
Good boy, Jackson.
Good, Jackson.
Oh my
Oh, we're doing
gosh.
this again. The old classic.
Yeah.
Slowly move forward.
All right. As you get about there, you
Uh.
get a little bit more here.
This is drawbridge. Well, it doesn't matter for me because I don't have any weight. So I'm just gonna go
Yeah, you
across.
just fly right across. Yeah, so you get there, Rose, and you can see now more of the like the mechanics of this, especially because you're like kind of flying up in the air, right? So you can see the top of this little area of with the guardhouse. And you can see the mechanisms that we just discussed, and you can see that if both the winches are operating simultaneously, you think it would take about 6 seconds or so to fully raise or lower the drawbridge. Or no, I'm sorry. To raise or lower the drawbridge by about 30 degrees. So the full thing would take about 3 rounds or so. So in a pinch, that's how the drawbridge would work.
Maxie will just kind of casually stroll across it with her hands in his pocket.
And Maxie, like, you would be super aware of how this particular thing functions as well. And you can
Should we
see
erase this?
more into the town here.
Should we just take a moment to raise this in case there's goblin reinforcements?
They managed to get in here without using the bridge before, presumably, unless the guards were truly idiotic. I'd
Have
rather
you
have a
ever
quick
seen a
escape
goblin
route.
scale of wood wall?
No. I try to distance myself from goblins.
Perhaps they tunneled.
Under the river.
I don't know. It's not that hard.
Would I know if
Uh-huh.
goblins would tunnel?
I don't know, would you?
Maybe.
In goblin school?
What check do you
can-
think? What check would you like to use there, Lore? What do you think?
Pretty sure Midnight's murdered everybody at Goblin School.
Probably
Children.
like a history or a nature.
Yeah, I would do I'd do a history check
All right. I have advantage,
Advantage,
but I've got the
because-
-1.
because they're goppers.
Let's see.
Goblin Navy.
Oh, Floor. Oh, it came so close to a natural 20. Oh my god.
Yeah, so that's only an 8. Yeah, I'm still pretty new at this.
You're like, maybe.
Still pretty nervous.
Yeah,
I
maybe.
Your specialty.
haven't been on contracts like this without with anyone other than the Beast People, so your sense are messing with me.
Well then.
I would like to think about like how, like if I were to decide to mine under, if it would be possible. So can I do like a nature check thinking about it? Or there's no mining check.
Why don't... Yeah. Do a mining
Can I
check.
mine that? Can I mine that?
Yeah, there is a... Isn't there a check that's like specifically for this? Just give me a perception check. Just give me a perception check, GH.
That was persuasion.
Oops.
You're like, I'm gonna mine you, Rock.
Let me do it.
I'm gonna mine you real good.
I rolled a 14.
14. Actually, I think you do this with advantage because I'm going to say Stone Cunning would give you with advantage. So go ahead and roll another one. I think the Stone Cunning only is like about stone work, but
16.
16. Yeah, granted, you this area here, the ground seems like really sandy. You're kind of like, I can see you like Granite kind of like poking around, kicking at the dirt a little bit. You have like a excavator's pick or something, don't you? Like maybe even like picking at the ground, and it's like really sandy and limestoney because this is all sort of like formed by the river. You know, you can think like river adjacent like that. But as you're sort of surveying around, you start to notice that there's these huge boulders embedded in the ground around you, and you can see a few more off as you look around, and there's these massive boulders, and you know just from your experience in rock work like that these are not just here, like something placed these here.
Oh. Maybe a catapult.
But this isn't a Zen garden?
That does bring up a point.
These are not naturally here. Can I see any moss or anything indicating they've been here a while, or are they fresh?
I'm gonna carry over your 16. No, these like boulders are like weirdly round, like baseballs round.
These stones are like really weirdly round. They're like, if baseball was invented, baseball-like.
Like, you guys know if the baseball was a thing, it'd be like that.
Of course.
But like way bigger.
Oh, yes. Yes, of course. Yes. I would say we should probably raise the bridge then, if that's the case, because it seems like they sieged the area.
Is there any signs of a fight around?
Give me a... I'm just gonna keep making noises while I figure out what check it is.
Investigation?
Sure, that'll work.
Awesome. An 18.
And what are you investigating?
Looking around, especially the guard post, like this main street and the guard post, for like signs of a fight, blood, broken equipment.
Nothing like that.
PCs.
No, nothing like that. No dried blood in the ground. No, looks like almost like no signs of a struggle, really. There is just tons of tracks on the ground, and even without a roll, midnight, extremely obvious to you that these are goblin tracks. Like, there's been goblins through here at least a dozen. Like, it's obvious, but there's no signs of battle either. There's no weapons, there's no blood, there's no bodies.
They are a bunch of rich people, to be fair. They're not gonna fight.
Even then, the gods would. That's what they're paid for. They don't.
His
even
gods-
gods wouldn't abandon a drawbridge without a fight.
Who says they weren't scared out of their ass?
By goblins, I'm not scared of goblins, and they're my size.
Is there
Looking
skid
at these-
marks around the
Regardless, I just want to
Okay,
raise the
so-
drawbridge.
And I feel like that's a good way to be sealed into a tomb.
We can drop it, and like, I'm assuming there's a release mechanism that would just drop it immediately. Yes?
Yes, yeah, you could. Not so much a release mechanism as you could just absolutely break the chain.
Okay, great. Look, we have a fast way out. They have no way in. If there's still goblins in here that are trying to escape and get word back to their friends, we can keep them here.
These
Or at least
boulders
give
are
us-
new.
Right, I understand the boulders are new, but if they were fired from a catapult, as you suggested, why did they not hit the wall? Or more
Why are
importantly,
there
why
not
was there...
skid marks? Are there skid marks? I can't tell. I'm really concerned because I haven't rolled. Are there skid marks, God?
Give me a. Yeah, you can give me another perception check.
$21.
The skid marks are like suspiciously absent.
We should be concerned.
Probably.
Rocks
There's no
don't just
skid
rain
marks,
from
but-
the sky.
Exactly. I think we keep the drawbridge down so we can run.
Well,
It takes 1 second to drop the drawbridge.
You know what
Oh my
takes another
fucking
second?
God.
A rock.
Midnight.
the
can
rock
you
is
just-
going to fall on us from the sky. We're going to be dead anyway.
What are these doing?
Midnight,
don't-
do you want to help me raise this drawbridge really quick?
Looking at the size of these boulders, it's likely that the goblins had somebody else with them.
Something big.
I've
What would
seen
work with a goblin of that size?
Yeah, do you want the big thing to be in here with us or outside?
the only things I've heard of throwing boulders this size are trolls and
Just like
maybe giants.
this, like
I don't know of any of them working with the goblins though.
Yeah,
Trolls-
fuck it. I'm
trolls can work
walking
with
away
goblins.
now.
You're walking.
These are big boulders.
You're so grumpy that you're not even flying anymore. You're just
Yeah, I'm not.
walking.
I'm stomping away angrily towards the
See,
center of town.
you've agitated our little friend. Come along.
Oh, hang on 1 second. Hang on.
these are big
My
boulders.
character has zero fucking patience.
I'm so concerned. Big boulders. These
Listen,
are
whatever
not
was
nice
I'll be
boulders.
fine.
whatever was throwing the boulders or dropping the boulders or causing them to fall from the sky is not here. Otherwise, you'd be throwing boulders at us.
You can pick these up and do it again.
All right. Few things. One, the bell that you're hearing is coming from here, and it's super loud. Gong,
That's what I'm
gong. Gia, should I say that louder or?
Yeah.
Gong. Alright.
Yelling.
Rose, as you get about right there, you see that there's a couple more of those big old
Oh
boulders
god.
here. To your south, Rose, you see where a boulder has like caved in the front part of a house. And you see another, like right in the center square of this town. You see like the absence of something. It looks like there was something there in the center of town that is not there anymore, and you
How?
you don't know what. You just see like the hole that it was in.
Oh!
Did you drop something?
I didn't drop anything. What the
What
hell?
are you yelling
Something.
about?
I wanted to see if anybody was here. Why the hell is there just a bunch of boulders?
There's so many
You think
boulders.
that there'd be enemies? Something.
Rose, give me a
That's
perception check. Oh, back up. Right there.
Right there.
Yeah.
Sort of close to the hole.
What is this hole?
What is this hole?
Can I use knowledge hole?
What's this hole? Can I do hole history?
Alright, few things.
I rolled a 10, which
A
is
10!
great.
A perception check. Okay, great. You smell something real gross. In order to check out the hole, you're gonna have to be closer.
I don't want to be close to the hole. I want to shut this fucking bell up.
Can we turn the bell off before we argue some more? It's really loud.
Yeah, I'd like to sneak up to the building and look through any windows that it might have.
Sure, Midnight, give me a perception check, please. And I want to tell you that your Rose is finding some love in chat tonight, because they are also like maybe put the drawbridge up. Just throwing it out there.
That's a 14 on the perception.
14 perception. Yeah. Midnight, you can actually see the sunlight. It's pouring through the windows. You can see that this is into like a high vaulted chamber through the four stainless steel windows. Or sorry, it's not stainless steel, stained glass windows. And beneath the windows, you can see that there's just some like benches on the outside of the building. But you see inside, you don't see anything. It's a temple inside. Nothing weird. Gong,
See anything?
Gong, gong.
I don't see anything here. Maybe
Am
they're
I-
in a bell tower.
Is the roof 10 feet above me?
Yeah, you can
Or
get
is it
maybe
higher?
to like just the actual like roof to stand on would be much higher than 10 feet for the temple. Not everything in the town,
Okay.
but for that.
Okay. I'll just climb it. Do whatever I need to get up there.
I can give you a boost.
Yeah, you get. You
Fucking
get
toss me. Toss me. I'll shut this fucking bot.
Give her a toss.
Can't.
Right. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to figure out what this is.
Wow, you're surprisingly lighter than a halfling.
I'm not a halfling.
You throw halflings often.
No.
Why did
there
you sound so suspicious?
I lick my chops.
Why do you
Hmm.
do you eat halflings?
What?
No.
That was a delay.
You know what you do is your business.
It smells bad over here.
All right, Rose. So you can just pretty much just get up there with relative ease, up to the top
Sweet.
of the bell tower, and you get up and you see the bell, and then there's like a rope that leads down into the darkness, and you see that the reason that the bell is ringing is because something is pulling on the rope from below within the temple.
I'll cut the rope.
All right, you cut the rope,
Bad idea.
and the ringing, like the ceaseless ringing, stops.
Hey. Kaya. Just gonna hover back down. Great.
Okay.
One problem solved.
We have not figured out what was causing the bell to ring, rather than just brutally cutting the rope.
Yeah, because now everybody that is within this area will know that something stopped the ringing.
Yeah, like the silence now is as deafening as the bell ringing was.
Yeah,
gotta
I'm
check
pulling out
this
my bow.
bad smell.
I'm
Minette,
pulling out
getting
my
up.
bow, and I'm gonna wait to see if anybody comes out of this building.
It was driving me up the wall, and you wouldn't listen to me about the bridge, so I decided to take action.
I told you to put up the bridge if you felt like it.
Granted, give me a perception
Nobody-
check.
somebody-
Thank you. She already knew it was coming.
I need two. There has to be two people that does the bridge. You know that.
Well, I'm sure
Hey,
it's not
DH, tell me
like
about that natural one that you don't get to re-roll.
Natural one perception.
Natural
So it
one on
comes
the
out as a
perception.
3 after modifier.
Yeah, you're like, I don't see what smells so bad. I don't think anything smells bad at all. And as you say that, Granite, you look down and you realize that you've stepped in a pile of gore that was once a dog. It's just like this like festering mound in behind this boulder here that you just like walked over and stepped in. And it stinks so bad, and like you're covered in the stink now, and it's all over your boots and stuff. And that's when you hear the snarling.
No.
Yeah, because
Oh.
around the corner, up. Let me do this. Let me do this the right way. All the way up here, you see these two enormous creatures
What?
walk
Oh, I
from
really
behind.
stepped in it this time.
Why doesn't everybody, just for fun, just to see if you remember how to do it, roll for initiative? I'm extra excited because everybody knows that I love fights in D&D, and we have not had a fight in our other campaign in like 6 weeks. It has been all inter-office politics.
Yeah, we like talking.
All right, let's roll initiative. I'm excited.
not cleric initiative at all.
That is a wonderful,
I-
wonderful
So
initiative.
it's
roll.
dexterity, right? That
Oh
Yeah,
my
no,
god.
Guess
rolled a
what my
19, though.
dexterity is.
I haven't even had
Cool.
a turn order thing out in
So it's
forever.
literally I just roll a d20. I don't have any modifier on it.
Yep.
Okay,
What is-
Granite, what's that roll?
That unmodified 19 and modified
My
19.
goodness, unmodified. That's unfortunate. Rose, what's your roll?
20.
Oh, a
Get that.
20 for Miss Rose. Okay. Maxie.
11.
11 for Maxie. Alrighty. And Midnight.
That's a 6.
Oh, it's a big old gentleman 6. Okay, Rose, first to act. You see these giant snarling creatures. What would you like to do?
I would like to
Run!
saying it. Not run, float over to them. I guess let's see how far. Oh, damn. Yeah, screw it. I'll go. Right here. I float over in a hurry and
Alright.
unsheath my 2 short swords.
Okay. It is their turn. Oh no, what have I done? Can't believe I've done this. It is their
Oh,
turn.
that's just floating.
And they're both gonna step up to you guys. You know, I should have probably opened up the character sheet for these creatures, but I'm a bad DM and I'm bad at this game. There's more than one creature in this campaign. Alright, there we go. Okay, they're gonna take the bite action against you, Rose. It's a 21 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Yay.
Box! That's 10 points of piercing damage
Jesus.
as this giant
fucking
creature
Oh my
bite
God.
crunches down on you. Second attack, or second bite. That is a 11 to hit.
No.
Misses. Okie dokie. Granite, you're
Because
up.
because
I'm
I didn't
sorry.
use my action, am I still able to hold that?
No.
Okay, it's fine.
You could have readied an action.
Yeah, but even so,
Yeah.
they wouldn't have gotten up to her that round, I don't think, so.
Okay.
Okay, Granite, you're up.
I start as a free action saying, I really stepped in it this time. And then
And then the Seinfeld theme plays.
I walk over here and I engage some hammer time.
Oh, okay.
With a 17.
17 hits.
Oh, damage. Oh, God.
Sad face.
Oh, my God. 1d10 plus 2, I roll a 3.
3 points of damage. Alrighty, every little bit counts. Speaking of every little bit, Maxie.
Maxie will, without advancing forward whatsoever, because those things are scary, will shoot a firebolt at the one that's currently straight above the other two or party members.
Alright, yeah,
Rose
so
and Granite,
right
whose
now
names I
Granite and
remembered the
Rose
first
are
time.
engaged with the one that just took a little bit of damage. The other one's kind of sidestepped Rose, and Maxie's about 45 feet away from this.
So just shoot it with some fire. 15?
15 hits.
That's okay. We need to fix that. Ignore the +4. That's not real. It's only 4 damage.
4 points of damage, okay.
Unless wizards are better than I thought they were.
Alright, Maxie, anything else?
That's it.
Midnight. Let's round out round 1.
Do these creatures have riders, or are they just the creatures?
No, that's just the artwork.
Okay. I will go ahead and fire a longbow shot at the one closest to me.
Okay.
That's a 22 to hit.
Yes, sir. That'll do the trick.
Shot.
For 11 damage.
Oh, there we go. That's a range. That's some ranger damage there. All right, great first round. let's see what this. Let's see what Rose can do in round 2. You're up in their grill now. It took a little damage, Rose. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna swing my short swords. Both of them.
Okay.
Well, I guess one at a time technically, but 17 to hit.
17
the
hits.
one above, the one closest to me.
Get out of my head, Jackson.
5 damage with that.
Sure, SOS.
Right. I forgot about Jackson already.
Send Jackson in there. 16 to hit.
16
the second one.
hits.
Eight damage from
You
that one.
kill it. Slice its head right off, Rose. Crunched into you and you sliced its head off.
I'm
Turn.
impressed.
I'm gonna turn with all of the blood on me to its friends.
And then just stick your tongue out. Okay.
Yep.
All right. It is the warg's turn. Oh, so these are wargs. So let me show you some character art.
Wow.
There. This is what these guys look like without the goblin riders.
I would have asked what I'm fighting, but Rose doesn't care.
Cool guys.
I knew what I was fighting, and I was scared.
Okay. This is going to be an attack against Rose. Natural 3. That will be a miss. That will be a miss. So, however, Midnight, beside you, you hear the opening of a door, and 2 goblins emerge from the temple. Let me grab these dudes and move them right over here. Boom. Alright, let's move these to the token layer. I'm getting better at it. Yeah, they just kind of rush you here, Midnight, from the front of the... Actually, one guy had to open the door. The other guy rushes you, so you saved a second attack there. So this is going to be a... I believe that the goblins... Oh, don't the goblins have scimitars? And I always forget this. I think I always said short sword, but the goblins actually have... I'm pretty sure the goblins actually have scimitars. They do. This is a scimitar attack. Natural 19. That's going to be a 23 to hit.
Ow.
And you take maximum damage. 8 points of slashing damage.
Oof. That's not good.
You yelp like a dog.
Yes.
Oh, like a small dog.
Poor little guy. All right, Granite, you're up.
All right. So that was gross. Really impressive, but gross.
Yeah, you're covered with a warg's like blood and grime too, as well as like
Is
the
it,
dead
like-
dog.
While you're next to Rose, who's just like,
kind of like, I step over it a little bit.
Yeah, you can stand there. That's fine.
Okay. I bring on some hammer time. Becky let me smash. Does a 12 hit?
12 misses.
Dang. I accidentally crunched the creature below me.
Yeah, you killed the already dead warg.
Squished.
All right, Maxie, you're up.
Okay. All right. I pulled up the stat block for an owl. And they have something I didn't realize. Okay.
It's called Scree.
All right. So first off, Maxie's gonna throw a finger at the warg and telepathically command Jackson to go distract it.
Okay.
So
How does that work?
Jackson the owl, well-known party member.
Right. Yes, beloved party member Jackson the owl.
Will basically it gets actions like normal. So it flies 60 feet and then uses aid another. Or the aid action.
All right. And tell me what aid does.
It gives advantage to the next person to attack it.
Oh, okay. All right. So he's like flying around the warg, and the warg was like a little distracted by it,
yeah,
maybe. Yeah.
Diving at its eyes, that
I
kind
like
of
that.
thing. Yeah. And then Maxie will try to firebolt the goblin that swung at midnight.
Okay. Cool turn. Why don't you take an advantage there for that? I like that little extra action there.
And does a 15 hit that goblin?
15 does hit that goblin.
Light him up.
Ooh, for 10 fire damage.
You kill him just outright. He's just like a sizzling, smoldering pile in front of you now, Midnight. He hits you with a scimitar. It happened so impossibly fast. Is that the end of your turn, Maxie?
Yes.
It happened so impossibly fast, Midnight. The goblins came out. You heard the door jiggling. Came out. The goblin stabbed you, and now it's just like the smoldering mess. Like you barely had time to process everything that just happened.
Then Maxie will kind of blow his fingers off, like.
And it's your turn, Midnight.
All right. When the goblin stabbed me, I would have dropped my bow. I'll pull out one of my short swords. Step over the goblin that's dead already, and take a swing at the other one.
All right.
And that's a 22 to hit.
Baby, 22 hits.
For 8 damage.
That's a kill shot. That's another death right there. Well done. Just
Nice.
stab him right in the chest, and he just lumps down on the short sword. On your short sword.
Sword.
Okay, those goblins didn't last for very long. Rose, it's the top of round 3. What would you like to do?
Yes, I'm gonna stab the next orc. And I get advantage on this, right?
Yes. She sells short shorts down by the seashore.
It's Jersey short sword. I don't even need it. 24.
My goodness.
can
Well,
roll
you could roll a crit though.
Oh, that's true. Oh,
Well, I'll take this as the damage roll if you don't roll the crit. Oh, which you did.
oh my god.
That's why you roll them right there. That's a
Yeah,
natural 20,
okay.
first natural 20 of the campaign. So let's confirm your critical.
So to confirm. 16.
That's a confirmed crit. Let's go. What type of weapon do you have?
It's a short sword. It's a
Slash?
piercing.
Pierce?
Flash.
1 second.
Yeah. I can't remember. I think a short sword is slashing.
I have it written down on the sheet, but I haven't actually opened my sheet
Oh.
yet. It's piercing.
Piercing? That's so weird.
Yeah. Scimitar is slashing.
This is called bicep wound. It's normal damage, and the character takes a -2 penalty to AC for 1d4 rounds. I'll let you roll the d4, Minnie. It's your crit. For 2 rounds is -2 to his AC, and did I say normal? It was normal damage. Normal damage.
Normal damage. Which I did roll already. If you want to take that roll, which was a 5.
Oh yeah, 5. Okay. All right.
So that's
and
my first
it's-
attack.
And it's got a lowered AC, so this attack will be easier to hit with.
Cool. $13 hit.
13 hits.
Do I still have that advantage?
No.
No, it only lasts for one
Okay.
attack.
Okay. Cool.
I could just imagine the owl like flying in his face.
6 more damage.
6 more damage. I mean, it's no ranger damage, but I guess it's
All
okay.
right. I hate to be the guy. I hate to do it. But actually, wait. No, I might be full of crap. Never mind. Carry on. You have dual wielding style, don't you?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're too light.
Right.
They're too light, and I also took the dual wielding.
Yeah, that's her
Which is
fighting
why
style.
Which is
Right,
why
I forgot
have
that wasn't a feat. That was a fighter style. That's why I
I
took that.
don't worry about it too much because this thing's about to kill Rose anyway. There's an attack against Rose.
That's true. Yeah. Rose is
Ah.
dead. Maybe have a backup character.
Moving on. Granite, you're up. That was a natural 1. It's a 3 and a 1 that I rolled against you, Mini Bulba.
I do have a 16 AC, so it would be pretty tough anyway.
I don't know. I crunched you for 1.
Yeah, that was a lot of damage for one shot.
Yeah.
Hammer time, bitches.
It's hammer time. It's peanut butter jelly time.
Oh, does a 7 hit?
It sure doesn't, GH, but thanks for asking.
I re-smash the dead body in the process.
This thing is just decimated. Okay, Maxie,
You know
you're up.
how much I did to the dead body.
Maxie will command Jackson the Owl to once again go for the eyes. And then shoot another firebolt.
Okay, at the warg.
At the warg, not Rose.
All right, it's gonna be the AC disadvantage is now gone.
Does a 14 hit?
14 hits, but I will say, if not for the crit from Rose with the lowered AC, it would not have hit.
Oh.
That was a Mini Bulba crit that opened up this hit.
For 3 fire damage.
For 3. All right, still up, still kicking. Midnight. Let's finish out round 4 here. It's round 3.
I'm gonna go ahead and step back and pick up my bow
Okay.
and fire off a shot.
Not with your bow. Not in this round. You're not.
Why?
Picking up your weapon from the ground is your action.
It's a free action.
We've never played it as a free action. I don't care what I don't care what the book says. Picking it up off the ground is your action.
Okay, I will then, instead of doing that, I will draw out my other sword.
My other bow.
Throw it.
And run as far as I can, which should be
Just enough to
55
stab
feet.
Granite.
I'm not going to get to attack because I have to use my action to dash, but I would get right up next to the, what'd you call it?
It's a warg.
Warg.
Alrighty. Top of round 4. That's Rose's turn. Rose, you have definitely a chance to end this fight, I would say.
Stab. That is a 20 to hit.
20 hits.
You also have advantage.
That's true.
Oh, again?
Yep.
I'll roll for another
The
shot.
owl's just like... Scree!
Hurrah!
It's only got a 21 out of it. But I did full damage, so 11 hit points of
Okay,
damage.
gonna give you a GH. Gonna give you a peek behind the curtain here. This warg has 1 hit point left after that attack, and it goes next.
Dang.
Oof.
Dang.
Wait, another attack.
I have a second attack. What are you doing?
I know. I didn't. I listen. This is your team.
Okay, 17.
17
to hit.
hits, and you kill it. And you kill it. Both of them. Confirmed kills on
Dang.
both the wargs.
Ooh.
I have a
Oh.
useful character now.
And you have dropped out of combat.
Well, I smashed the dead one a lot.
Do any of you know how to heal?
All right, who's not dead?
I can heal. I touched the fairy on the arm.
Don't cast
Okay,
healing or
that's
anything.
cool.
Let's just touch them.
Yeah.
Yeah, just-
Watch out for my knockers.
Cannon.
I heal.
Yep, Cunning, you got it. It's canon.
Oh, thank you. 8 points of 8 points of healing.
I'll run back and pick up my bow
Great.
now.
Thank you for
Use your
that.
entire action for that.
And my entire movement.
We really have always played it like that, Laura. Every
We just
single
haven't
time.
been disarmed.
It
Yeah, that's
drives
weird.
me nuts.
Yeah, they were here and can
Yeah,
attest to that fact. She's like, yeah, we've been fucking playing it like that, fish suit.
Yeah, like if you're stowing a weapon and then pulling one out, you can't do both of those at the same turn. But
I know, as
Interaction
written, it
with an
says you
item or
can pick it
something.
up, but we've never played it that way. To me, it doesn't make any sense that you can pick up your weapon off the ground. Like, if you're, instead of stashing it, then there's no benefit to stashing your weapon. You could just throw it on the. I mean, like other than I guess somebody couldn't come along and steal it, but we'll get into it more on unconscious and dying. We'll argue about it there for. Yeah, but here you are. So the wargs were, they had killed this dog, right? And then poor Granite steps right into it with a critical miss, and then at the same time the bell stops ringing. But great first combat, you guys. Well done. I was impressed by your ingenuity.
There's more boulders, and neither of these creatures did this.
They're really
Loot the
fixated on
goblins.
these boulders.
It's not good.
She's like licking it. Tastes really good, guys.
Granite, is there some way to wash you off or something?
Nope.
Maybe just wipe yourself on the warg fur, that might improve it.
I guess, I could go see if I can splash up some water from the river and not fall in. Do I have to roll to not fall in?
Maybe don't go that far. Okay, bye.
The drawbridge collapses as soon as you get onto it, Granite. You just float away. Just
I
float
washed
down
off.
the river.
No!
Alright,
When
well,
Shamu gets you.
guess you'll have to roll up a new character.
Oh no, Shamu.
Yeah.
I should add it.
Yep.
The square that you're in is a muddy open area, and there is a 5-foot deep hole in the middle of it.
Where?
It's this big hole here.
What is this hole?
What is this hole?
And actually, we'll kind of peer down into the hole.
I light a torch and drop it in the hole.
Oh, I had dark vision. Now it's gone.
It's 5 feet deep.
It's also 5 feet deep.
Yeah, so he just lit a torch and put it in the bottom of a small, shallow hole.
I have 3. I have 3 torches. Be good. Oh wait, no, I just have 1 torch. Shit. No.
Maxie, why don't you give me a history check?
No, I have 10 torches. Okay, I'm not crazy.
I got a 8.
Yeah, you have no clue.
That's the hole.
This is just a big old hole.
Well, I imagine this wasn't here until recently, but either way, I have no idea what this is.
We could cover it with the boulder.
That seems pointless.
Okay.
It really does. Maxie's like, oh, why?
We have more important things to be doing, like figuring out whether or not there were actually people still alive in the town and not just goblins.
From where you're standing, midnight. I imagine that I can see from where you're standing. You're just kind of like surveying this area, checking it out.
Looting the goblins.
Yeah, looting the scimitars and the rotten meat that's in the goblins' pockets. You can see that this has a sign for an inn on it.
Mm-hmm.
Right up here. Let me give you a little bit more of this. And behind the temple, too, from here, midnight, you can kind of see into, looks like a cemetery of some kind. Here you can see the inn. And over to the, sorry, that's just to your north there, the inn. And then the temple that you're standing next to, and behind it, also to the north, is the cemetery. In this town square that you guys just fought in, to the west of the town square, no, I'm sorry, to the south of the town square, you can see a building that looks like a trading center, a trading post, and that's down here, that building that I just gave you the corner of.
Well, I know where I would be if I was the last human alive in the town.
The
All
inn.
right, smartass. Where?
Maxie opens the door to the inn dramatically.
Right. As soon as you open the door to the inn, Maxie, you can see that this entire front room of the inn has been collapsed in, and there's a fallen boulder, just like right on the, right in the lobby to the hotel.
Hold a boulder.
Holder?
All right,
That
if you guys
does-
take a look to the right-hand side of the map, I just unveiled a little tiny little square for the
Oh, yeah.
area of
I
this
see
hotel.
it.
Wow.
Well,
What is this hole? Just
Yeah, I mean, Maxie will
Sure.
start to step inside.
I'll go in.
Yeah, so you can just move your character right over there. The room is strewn with wreckage. Looks like it looks like as you get in here, Rose, this doesn't look like a lobby so much as it does a dining room. And it looks like the boulder fell right on the dining room table, smashed in. Give me a perception check. Everybody who just entered, all three of you.
oh, well,
Use,
I just
guys.
didn't move my character very well.
Sorry, you don't
Sorry.
get a perception check. Then you gotta move in to get the
No.
perception.
I'm
Yes.
kind of struggling with trying to zoom in.
Yeah,
and zoom
I had to
out.
scroll all the way out.
Yeah.
I got a
Ooh.
12.
I got a 3.
I see that.
I got a 20.
20 midnight, you hear someone rummaging through something in the north room.
I'm gonna
Everybody
charge
be
up there
quiet.
as fast as possible to get the jump on them.
Oh, or not.
Oh wait, I don't know where it's coming from though.
Oh yeah, I get to do a perception check now that I've moved my character.
What do you?
I'll whisper to him that, I hear something in the room and that we should try and sneak in there.
And we just book it in there and surprise them.
I roll an 11 for perception.
You said it's in the north room.
Only midnight heard
Yeah.
that rummaging.
Yeah.
I only roll rocks.
I'll try to stealthily open the door if it's shut.
It is shut, and you can roll a stealth check then, please.
Nice.
I stay still because I'm loud.
That's an 11.
Yeah, you open the door and you see into this room.
I know a thing about doors like that.
You enter what is immediately obvious as the kitchen and pantry area. Grant, don't get too excited. The
On my head.
back half of this room is completely smashed in as well. Another boulder through the ceiling here. And in the back corner, you can see rummaging through some like drawers for silverware is a little goblin. When you open the door, he turns around and grabs his scimitar. Everybody roll for initiative. I didn't think we were going to get 2 in today, but here we are.
I roll a whole 11.
I'm supposed to roll a different thing.
Alrighty, I better roll for initiative. I told you guys to, and I didn't. Oh god, I roll such garbage. Okay, Rose.
19.
19, another solid start. Granite.
11.
Alrighty, Maxi.
20.
20. Ho ho ho. Not to be outdone. And Midnight.
11.
Channel. What's your bonus?
4.
What's your bonus, Granite? Not a 4, I imagine.
Oh, no, I looked at the wrong thing. I rolled a 16.
You rolled a 16. Alright, doesn't matter then. Alright, Maxi, you're up first. Midnight opens the door, you hear a commotion.
Oh, I mean, just kind of scurry in there myself and shoot goblin with firebolt.
Okay. When you get into the room proper, Maxie, you see in this corner down here a dead goblin with what looks like a arrow in its chest.
Oh, it's time to think about that now. That's a 12 hit.
Great question. Great question. Which will be answered next week. 12. 12 misses. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Misses.
Well,
Actually, just didn't know. All right, Rose, you're up.
Dash in as per, or float menacingly towards as per usual. Hold on.
Ooh.
ooh,
Not a ghost.
I'm a fighter.
Okay, I can make it that.
I'm fighting.
Buzz. Buzz.
Buzz.
Time to stab with a short sword. It's a 16 hit.
16 hits.
Okay. Doing it again.
It doesn't. You killed her.
Okay.
You just run her. You just run her right. This is a female goblin. Just run her right through. Looks like she was getting a big old. Looks like she was getting a bag or had a bag with her or something.
Lock out the bag.
Well, that was a pretty quick little fight. I didn't think one goblin was going to be a real long battle here, but holy shit! Yeah, you just run this little goblin right through. That goblin's name was Gum Gum.
Oh no.
Oh.
It was a named character.
Oh.
You know, I'd
As long
feel
as she doesn't
bad
make
if
them sad in the
Rose had that.
bag.
What's in the bag?
What's in the bag, you say? Why, my friend, in the bag. The bag contains... Granted, this is right up your alley. The bag contains several muffins, a block of cheese, a cooked chicken, a frying pan, an iron pot, a bullseye lantern, 2 flasks of oil, a set of cook's utensils, a jar of cloves, a jar of saffron, a dented silver jug worth 20 gold pieces, and a cracked hourglass worth 25 gold pieces if repaired.
Having great dinner tonight, and somebody else can take care of the weird silver and hourglass sand stuff. Yeah.
Take a piece. I'll take a piece of the muffin.
That's all.
And
All I
eat
want
it
is a
right
piece
now.
of this muffin.
I like muffins. What can I fucking say?
All right. Well,
Love-
we're gonna have some
I love the muffin.
chicken tonight, fried in some saffron oil.
Wow.
I never know how to say that. I panic every time.
Saffron.
While they're
Awesome.
rummaging through tonight's dinner, Maxie will check out the goblin that seems to have been shot.
Yeah, you can do a medicine check on him.
It's a her.
No, there's a
Not
goblin.
the one I count.
Yeah, there's a goblin corpse in here.
I got an 8 again.
An 8. Well, that's not very good at all. Yeah, I have no idea. You kind of check out the
What we're
wound.
looking at?
There is a,
The f-
yeah, just the arrow in its chest.
Is there any markings on the fletching?
Yeah.
You can give me a medicine check.
My medicine check was 13.
Oh, a 13. There you go. So, granted, you you can tell that this goblin is been
Not 20.
and Rose. The wound is fresh. The goblin looks like it's probably only been dead for a few minutes.
Few
Someone
minutes.
shot this goblin
Jeez.
recently.
Yeah, I told you.
Not even the same person.
Who's
who
fighting?
shot.
Who's fighting back though? Like, whose arrow is this?
Could be our employer's husband.
Could be.
Could be.
Could be a random
Let's go check out
schmuck.
the rest of the house. To the stairs.
Could be a different goblin who just won the dinner.
Are these upstairs or downstairs?
You are downstairs. Those lead upstairs.
I think
Upstairs.
these are windows, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, upstairs then.
I like to look out the windows, see what's across the way. I'm assuming it's just that building that's next to here.
Yes. Yeah, you
Okay.
see the... Yeah, actually, if you look out which window are you looking out?
The one that the goblin was theoretically shot through? Or
Give
is
me a-
that shot?
So this window here?
This one?
Yeah, okay. So if you go over to the main map here,
Okay.
you can see... I'm going to give you the area here, hang on.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can see out that window there, and you can see like a little plot of land, and there's 2 little goblins out in that field.
Cool. Great. I'll go upstairs as well and just casually mention there's a few goblins outside in a field next to this place. So don't make too much noise.
What?
What do I see upstairs?
I'll follow behind.
These
Apparently-
doors? Instantly goes in this one.
Sorry, give me just
Okay.
a second.
Neat.
Okay, and where do you want to check out?
Right here.
Okay.
I open this door.
This is a one of the inn rooms. Right here. There is two beds, an empty wardrobe, a desk, and a matching chair. An oil lamp sits on one corner of the desks, and another rests on a small table tucked between the 2 beds. A bearskin rug lies on the floor.
That's pretty cool.
Anything
on the desk?
exciting?
No, there's
not
a
really.
few
There's a
quill
rug.
pens,
Oh.
but no ink.
Oh, I take them.
Okay, add it to your character sheet.
Oh,
I also eyeball the rug, but I decided it's a little too big.
I'll go ahead and open the next door across from the one that Granite just opened.
Maxie will also go ahead and open this door about the same time.
And Rose will open the last one.
So, Maxie, you open the
Of
door.
course.
You open this door up and you see a room that's very similarly adorned to the room that Granite opened. Only this room is the room with the rock fell through. So this is like the ceiling is open. You can feel the damp outside air from the hole in the roof that's right here. And you can look down and see the rock in the lobby area crushing the dining room downstairs.
Well, not that there was any doubt, but it did come from above.
Rose, as you open up that room, this has the exact same accoutrement as the room that Granite went into. This room to the north up here. Bearskin rug, desk, couple of beds, desk, bearskin rug. Midnight. Let's get to you. Shall we? Midnight, your room is also a room that was hit partially by a rock. So, unlike the other one where the rock came through the ceiling, this rock here like went through the back wall and just took out the whole wall all the way down, basically. So, as you open up, you can see down into the kitchen area, the pantry area below, but also you can see outside. And as you survey the room, the first thing that you're drawn to is the hole, right? You're looking down into the pantry. But then you see along the edge a woman, a female human. And she's kind of lurking in the shadows of this room, or what's left in it. And she looks like she is carrying a crossbow. And we will pick it up there the next time we play Storm King's Thunder here on the Save or Suck podcast. Thank you guys very much for a fun episode 1.
Yay.